by far, the Sunday night thriller. The game of the year between the 11-4 Chicago Bears versus the 11-4 San Francisco 49ers. Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, taking on Brock Purdy, Kyle Shanahan. Now, Shanahan, Ben Johnson, hello. I mean, here we are. Obviously, McVay's name gets tossed in there and some others. But whenever you're talking about offensive minds, when you're talking about offensive brilliance, you're talking about those two coordinators. And then the defense coordinators in this game, Dennis Allen, former head coach, Robert Saleh, former head coach. So whenever you talk about four supreme, incredible coordinators, you talk about this particular matchup. In forecasting it, I don't think we would have expected a shootout. I don't think we would have expected this thing to get to what it got to. But as we were watching it, all any of us could think to ourselves was, wow, football is the greatest. Brock Purdy's obviously dancing his ass off. He's got the Dougie down pat. He said he'd been practicing that in front of the mirror. He certainly has.
Clean.
First play, pick six. Chicago Bears defense. How you doing? Keep it moving. In Santa Clara, 15 seconds into this game, it's 7-0 Chicago Bears. Is Brock Purdy going to have one of those ass games that he's had in the past? Is Christian McCaffrey not going to be able to do anything? Christian McCaffrey goes absolutely hum. Now, I put out a couple tweets about Christian McCaffrey, and the way we talk about him is as if he's a machine. He never gets tired. How is this guy on the field all the time? How does this guy get the ball all the time? How does he take this many hits? How is he able to just never get tired? And how is he always explosive? Because, you know, in boxing, later rounds, the juice is all gone. So landing a massive shot in like the 10th, 11th, 12th, 3rd is going to be difficult just because you don't have enough explosion in you because of how long the fight has been. In the fourth quarter, third quarter, after you've gotten the ball 40 times, both through the sky and on the ground, I don't know how there's any explosion left in your body. He somehow always has it. Always explosive, never gets tired, always has the ball. And this dude is special. In Brock Purdy, he's seemingly at a different level this year. The Purdy moxie is fantastic. It's not just through the sky and understanding what is going on. How about on the ground? I'm going to be faster than you, and then I'm going to do my shit. Yeah, hey. I saw some white people on the internet saying what Purdy was doing was cringe. Yeah, right. Purdy crushes that thing.
Clean.
Now, a little bit of a juke here, stays clean. He even gives the Hulkster, excuse me, let me hear it, Santa Clara. You got an absolute dog here getting paid $50 million a year. And then this play, obviously going to run for the rest of time for Brock Purdy on Sunday Night Football. He's shaking, he's baking, he's cooking, he's looking, and touchdown, Harvard big brain juice with the perfect spike. And Brock Purdy got Euro step. Hey. Brock Purdy, unbelievable. Now, Trent Williams pulls a hamstring. Okay, so what is that going to do? George Kittle obviously not playing. What are they going to look like going forward? But this San Francisco 49ers team outgunned, outmanned, outlasted the Chicago Bears team who had a chance. The Chicago Bears had 4 seconds left on the clock, down 4. And they had Caleb Williams with the ball in his hands. All he had to do was score a touchdown from the 2.5-yard line. He's cooking. He's moving. Is anybody open? Final answer, no. Does he throw one? Yes. Does Tirico make a great call? Absolutely. Love the energy. The San Francisco 49ers win. The San Francisco 49ers won that game on that play. Nobody was open. Now, were we expecting some Ben Johnson shit? Okay, they ran a hook and ladder right before that to get down there. Was there a 2-point play maybe that could have happened that Ben Johnson had in his back pocket to win the game? Potentially. But instead what we saw was an electrifying, epic, instant classic between these two teams who obviously are going to have great runs in the playoffs and potentially are only getting started with these two franchises for the next 5-10 years. Thank you, football. Thank you, Bears. Thank you, Niners. Thank you, Sunday Night Football, D-Bud.
Yeah, unbelievable stop right there by Deommodore Lenoir at that corner on that hook and ladder. If he likes to get that edge right there, even get out of bounds, it's kind of a different game down there. You kind of maybe some Bears fans wanted this play a little closer to the end zone, but if he wins, if they win it, he scores right there. Ben Johnson's a genius. Just a great game by both teams, both offenses. Usually you can find some corner of the internet bitching or moaning or something about any game, and most of the internet is pretty universally agreed, like, hey, this is a great game. This is a great primetime game. Went back and forth. Wasn't history, I think, back and forth being tied all the way up until 35. Just an unbelievable game. Great game by Caleb Williams as well. 330 in the air, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, but back-to-back games now for Brock Purdy being responsible for 5 touchdowns. And we always talked about it early in his career. Hey, he's just doing this because of Kyle or Debo or Ayuki. You mentioned all those names being out of the lineup and then putting this shit on his back. So just a big-time performance by both of these teams and an unbelievable job by the Niners. Still got a chance to get the 1 seed and have home field advantage throughout the Super Bowl. If they
Tong is
win
doing his thing. Pearsall doing doing his thing. Jennings doing his thing, having a couple massive plays. And it's like, without Fred, we saw Fred last night, which was cool. It was good to see Fred. He was pretty active. Without Bosa, is this team going to have enough? Do they have enough on the defensive side? I know Ben Johnson and Chicago Bears offense is very good, but do the Niners have enough on the defensive side? They're playing for the number 1 seed.
No, I think that'd be the question for both of these teams. The defense, can they step up and stop? You gave up 80 points on the field, so I don't think either one of these teams have enough on that side of the ball. Offensively, I think both of these teams can make a run.
Okay, so that's the number 1 headline coming out of Week 17 is the Sunday Night Thriller. And, obviously 2 good defenses for the Chicago Bears and the Niners. Didn't really matter because Purdy and Caleb put on a show. But Purdy has been dialing it up. The last 3 weeks, he's outstanding. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey dealing with a little bit of back spasm, I think is what I heard, Schefter. Yep. He's seemingly still explosive and unstoppable. Then you got guys all over the place making plays. Trent Williams with a hamstring. Who knows what that looks like going forward. But this Niners team, no Fred Warner, no Bosa, no problem. Is that what we're thinking for the Niners, JJ?
I mean, it's incredible. And I know there's people out there that say Kyle Shanahan in the coach of the year category, and we've kind of turned that into a who turned an organization around fast as opposed to, true coach of the year, which is understandable and rightfully so. But he's done such an incredible job having to go between all the guys that are missing, Mac Jones going back to Purdy. I watched the beginning of this game and saw the TJ Edwards pick 6 and a couple of the other plays, went to put my son to bed, came back down, and it was 35-35. And I was like, what the hell did I miss?
Oh, yeah.
Watched the end of the game, and I feel like this is the year of the game of the year. We've had some of the greatest games coming down to the ends this year. If you were doing an Oscar-style category, it would be very difficult to whittle it down to enough to 6 to put on the screen.
Fourth quarters, it's 2. So primetime games, fourth quarters. Because sometimes these first halves, not last night, but some of these games, first halves have been kind of boring. A little late night, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Primetime games kind of starting a little bit slow. People fall asleep, myself included. Then you wake up, whatever time you wake up, you look at your phone and you go, what happened last night? And then you find out, most epic fourth quarter of all time. 17-point comeback. They were able to get crazy in the second half. It has been a lot of that. I think the thing that made this one different is from jump. Literally, pick 6 to start the entirety of it all. And the energy never relented, D-Bud.
Yeah, it was unbelievable offense. The one that I can remember most recently would probably be the Seattle Rams one with the 2-point play. Like that was a wild game, unbelievable game. But yeah, this has definitely been the year of the great game for sure.
Good for the NFL.
Yeah, got the Packers, Bears one. I mean, there's so many of them. It's insane how many that there have been.
JJ, Vikings. JJ McCarthy, Vikings, Bears. Was that 4?
Yeah, week 1.
Yeah, week 1
or week 2.
Yeah. Bills, Patriots a couple weeks ago. Josh Allen coming back down 21-0.
Yes.
Texas Jag, 26 straight.
Texas Jags, yeah.
Danny Dimes when he didn't punt for like 5 weeks, remember?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every game was the game of the year.
Good times, man.
There's been some, that game last night was obviously awesome because you've got the coaches, the masterminds, the people, like you can just see so many different mind games going on within the game. I think that there's been some really, really good coaching matchups this year, showcasing a lot of skill on the sideline.
I mentioned there, and Purdy just filthy. In the Dougie, in the Euro step into the Dougie. Keep doing it, Purdy. Keep doing it, Purdy. We need more of that, not less of that.